For my theorist, I chose Maria Montessori, and this is a quote I found by her. It says, "Education is a natural process carried out by the child and is not acquired by listening to words, but by experiences in the environment." I did two clinical observations during my class time at Francis Marion, and both that were in Montessori classrooms, and both of them it really intrigued me. Like, the kids were so involved. The teacher sat in the corner for most of the time. Like, she didn't tell the kids what to do. They kind of knew the rules and procedures of the room, and they moved about the room in different centers and stations. They knew what needed to be done by what date, and they just kept themselves busy, and they went about doing the activities that they knew they had not done, and just worked on which ones they felt like working on. And I love that idea, especially in my situation, being a 5K teacher. At that age, kids are still learning through play and socialization, and to me, Montessori fits that perfectly. They need to be able to use their hands and draw, color, and act out and manipulate things. And I've always loved that about the Montessori, because as an individual, I learn best by hands-on. Even at the age I am now, I need to get my hands into it and do it myself in order to learn how to do it. I can apply Maria Montessori's ideas in my classroom by doing more hands-on activities with my kids. Especially during small groups, I try to give them choices in my reading and math small groups. Here's 8 activities. They all need to be finished by the end of the month. You decide today during this time which one you want to do. And they get to pick, as long as they're all finished by the end of the month. I don't care how long it takes them to do it, how they do it, or when they do it. They just have to be finished by the end. And I've also tried to do the same with my math. I try to do a math small group every day, and it's the same way. They have a set number of activities, and they have the entire month to get them finished, and they get to choose which ones they do on what days. I believe the same thing works for other teachers in my school. Since our entire school is 4K and 5K, we can all use it the same way. Just getting them involved in using their hands, and not sitting in desks doing worksheets. At this age, they need to be up and moving. If my principal was going to do a professional development on this series, I believe she needs to have teachers from an actual Montessori school come in and discuss what they do in their classroom, how they go about writing their lesson plans, and how they plan their lessons and choose which activities to do. And I definitely think there should be an entire professional development on setting up your schedule and getting those procedures in place. Like, how do you teach the kids, here's what needs to be done, here's how you do it. Because the classroom I was in, all of the activities had different directions. And the kids at this age couldn't read for the most part, just like mine. But the teacher didn't have to go around and say, you need to cut these out first, and then you glue them in the order from smallest to largest, and you do this and you do that. They knew how to do it. So I'd love to be interested in, how they set up those procedures ahead of time and got the kids used to those procedures and those tasks, and taught them how to know what was expected of them. I also think it would be nice to be able to go into a classroom and observe the students and observe the teacher, and just to kind of shadow for an entire day and see how their whole day goes out. Because when I did my clinical, I was only there for about 2 hours. I'd love to see an entire day from start to finish and how they go about doing all of their different tasks. But I believe Maria Montessori is an amazing theorist. I love her ideas, love her schools. And one day I hope to be able to teach in a Montessori classroom.